Welcome, one and all, to Mass Effect 2. Starting a new game, and we are importing our Mass Effect 1 character. As you can see, there's a different character here. That one doesn't matter. By the way, on Xbox, because this is the Xbox version, I have only this other save, and it turns out I didn't get far into Mass Effect 2 on here. But for the record, I did play through the games on PC, so if anyone's just joining now, yeah, this ain't the first rodeo. My apologies. Anyway, so yes, Chris Shepard, level 43, because it converts the level back to the old ways, because unlike Mass Effect 1, Mass Effect 2 and 3 are just re-released, because they were already good enough as they were. Now, anyone that chooses to play this game on Insanity, you are insane. Actually insane. So we're going to actually play it on normal, because the changes to the gameplay are enough where I'm like, not as confident. But anyway, so we get to go through all of this. Our name, our rank, which will be our level, it goes back to the old system, so we were actually about level 43. Now, that shows you that, and this is just from doing nothing but the main stuff. We didn't do much of the side stuff. What class we chose, which was Sentinel. So we'll have to deal with whatever Sentinel gets in terms of that. Well, actually no, we can change our class if we want to. Our psychological profile, which is based off of whether we were more Renegade or Paragon at the end of the game. Whether Rex survives on Fairmire. Who you killed on Fairmire. Whether or not you saved the Council. And who you chose to put on the Council. These are the choices that are the big ones that there is obviously you need to have more of a consideration of when it comes down to the big choices of Mass Effect 1. Mass Effect 2 starts with a cold open of some star, I would assume.
Shepard did everything right. More than we could have hoped for.
Commander Shepard uncovered the truth.
And still, it's not enough.
The game's yet to explain who these two are.
No one wants to admit it, but humanity is under attack.
But they're sending him to fight Geth. Geth. We both know they're not the real threat. The Reapers are still out there.
And it's up to us to stop them.
The Council will never trust Cerberus. They'll never accept our help, even after everything humanity has accomplished. But Shepard, they'll follow him. He's a hero, a bloody icon. But he's just one man. If we lose Shepard, humanity might well follow.
Then see to it that we don't lose him.
Now, Cerberus. Now, they're getting mentioned. Now, in Mass Effect 1, they are supposedly a Shadow Ops group of the Alliance, and they were splintering off. In fact, you can actually have some missions where you are fighting them. But it's all in terms of the side stuff. So you never actually interact with them in the main story. So you have that percentage chance of just never seeing them. So you just have to assume, oh yeah, Cerberus, you can just assume, oh, Cerberus' main activities got bigger after the events of the first game. You could just assume that instead, very easily. We get quite a nicely detailed cutscene here.
Emission sinks active. Board is green. We are running silent.
We're wasting our time. 4 days searching up and down this sector, and we haven't found any sign of Geth activity.
3 ships went missing here in the past month. Something happened to them.
My money's on slavers. The Terminus system is crawling with them.
Picking up something on the long-range scanner. Unidentified vessel. Looks like a cruiser.
Doesn't match any known signatures.
Cruiser is changing course. Now on intercept trajectory.
Can't be. Stealth systems are engaged. There's no way a Geth ship could possibly...
It's not the Geth. Brace for evasive maneuvers!
Whatever vessel this may be, well, let's just say it is destructive. Presley, no.
Presley!
Unsigned, we hardly knew ye.
Multiple hull breaches! breaches! Weapons offline! Somebody get that fire out!
Like I was saying, whatever ship this is, certainly has a very destructive laser. Although the armor that Liara is wearing is based off the Phoenix armor,
Shepard!
Distress beacon is ready for launch.
Will the Alliance
it has
in time?
it can be one of three options: Liara, Caden, or Ashley. This is dependent on whether who you chose, of course, to not murdering Faramire. Who you chose to romance can play a role in it as well. So.
I'm not doing this just so they can find our program.
No, I ain't showing the sex alarm image.
Get everyone
But
off
obviously
the
we
escape
romance
Joker's
Liara.
still in the cockpit. He won't evacuate. I'm not leaving either.
Get to the damn shuttle. I'll haul Joker's crippled ass out of here.
Shepard!
Get the hell out of here.
Some of the armor has already definitely seen a definitive upgrade, even some of the stuff we get to see. This is just due to the overall
Everybody
changes
in.
between
Go,
Mass Effect 1 and
go,
Mass Effect 2 in general. No, not that one! They were my favourite. So, good news for a good chunk of Normandy crew that you don't see. They actually get to escape pods. Yay! Or at least the ones that matter the most. Other than Presley. Because fuck Presley. So yes, if you're wondering about any of the other crew members that we don't get to see in this segment from the first game, they successfully get to escape pods. It'd be a bit of a dick move if you saved Rex in the first game and he immediately died before you even got control of Shepard in the second game. That would be a real asshole move. And welcome to space. There's a planet there. Looks like an ice planet. Maybe we'll go there in the future. But yeah, Normandy is getting absolutely wrecked as the start of the game. This is certainly a way to open. Thankfully, our objective is solely getting to Joker.
We have to get out of here.
No, I won't abandon the Normandy! I can still save her!
It's like
The Normandy's
half of
dead.
it's
Just like us,
a
we don't
broken
get the hell
mess,
out
the
of
other
here.
half's
we just have to-
tearing apart the scenes. Joker is an idiot.
They're coming around for another attack!
We go back into cutscene form. This.
Watch the arm!
It's a good thing there's an escape pod right here. Otherwise these two would be dead. They're just guaranteed dead. Unfortunately, some of the impacts that occurred there are very unfortunate news here, as the Normandy is fully destroyed, with Shepard now out in space. Some of the impacts on the ship, however, may or may not have damaged the suit. So this is kind of a somewhat graphic scene in a way, as we see Shepard struggling to breathe. Literally, like, that's one of the worst things that could happen, asphyxiation in space. And of course, falling down to a planet so your body's going to burn up on the entry if it's got an atmosphere. And yeah, welcome to Mass Effect 2. Shepard's dead. I hope you enjoyed playing Mass Effect 2, ladies and gentlemen. The point being is that whatever this mysterious force may be, they definitely wanted to take care of Shepard. Now, for those that are choosing to skip Mass Effect 1, and if you do so, how dare you, there is the Mass Effect Genesis interactive comic. This means that you can just review the story so far, even make the decisions if you chose to not play Mass Effect 1. I believe this was implemented partly as a recap, so you didn't have to play a game that was from 3 years prior, and partly because the PS3 didn't get Mass Effect 1 originally. But it did get 2. I know this because I originally played Mass Effect 3 first on PS3. I don't know what's wrong with me. So we won't be reviewing the story, as we literally just played through the first game. It's all fresh in our minds, especially the key points of the game. Welcome to the inside of Shepard's body.
Commander Shepard has been recovered.
This Miranda person, who's with Cerberus, has managed to get Shepard's body. Great news! They're trying to revive Shepard. It's Lazarus Project. Lazarus is a famous tale. Even if you're not into the whole religious things, maybe you've watched Doctor Who. They had an episode with the whole idea of Lazarus. In fact, many tales exist of various stuff. Welcome to how our Shepard looks now with its imported face. Were we more gingerly looking with the eyebrows and the beard? Except that, and welcome to the class enhancement procedure bit. Now, it's a good thing that they do this because the system has changed a bit. Now weapon training does reflect which weapons you can have equipped. So, for example, with Soldier, you do get all of the 4: assault rifle, shotgun, sniper rifle, and heavy pistol, but you don't get SMG, the submachine guns. Every class gets access to heavy pistol, and most of these other non-soldier, and literally all the other classes outside of Soldier, get submachine gun. What matters more is what other weapons they do get. For Infiltrator, you get sniper rifle. For Vanguard, you get shotgun. For Sentinel, you don't get anything. Same with Adept. Same with Engineer. So, well, we were Sentinel previously. This Sentinel relies on the idea of using both tech and biotic abilities, but we can actually look through what these say. So, with Soldier, high-level operatives are outfitted with ocular synaptic processors that allow them to focus on targets with lethal accuracy. They get power training in adrenaline rush, concussive shot, lots of weapon training, and incendiary, cryo, and disruptor ammo training. Yeah, that's right. So this actually does help showcase what they did with the skills as well. Powers are, well, they were basically the same as before, just with some new ones added to the game, and maybe 1 or 2 removed, give or take. And ammo training. Yeah, ammos are powers that you can activate to give your gun a type of ammo that will make them better at shooting specific types of enemies. The game will give us more of an explanation on that. Soldiers are the pure combat specialists. No one is tougher or more effective at taking down enemies with gunfire. Soldiers have the most thorough weapons training and can use all special ammo types. I believe there is another one, but okay. Infiltrators are equipped with cloaking systems that allow them to avoid detection for short periods of time, granting a tactical advantage over enemies. They get tactical cloak, incinerate, AI hacking, with training in sniper rifles, heavy pistols, and submachine guns, and they can apply cryo or disruptor ammo. Vanguards are outfitted with the L5N implant, enabling them to perform a biotic charge that strikes the opponent with incredible force while bringing the Vanguard in close for short-range combat. They get biotic charge, that ability that allows them to do so, pull, and shockwave, with weapon training in shotguns, heavy pistols, and submachine guns, and incendiary and cryo ammo training. Sentinels are equipped with the most advanced ablation I believe that ablution armor system to keep themselves safe. If overloaded, the system will stun all enemies within a short distance. They get multiple powers. They get tech armor, throw, warp, overload, and cryoblast. And but the downside is they only get access to the weapon training of heavy pistol and submachine gun, and they get no ammo training outside of the New Game Plus situation. With New Game Plus, you can get training in some of the other skills, which do include the ammos. So, you know, if you're thinking of New Game Plusing, then, you know, it's worth going for on that. Adepts are outfitted with the L5X implants that can spawn a micro-singularity, damaging enemies and pulling them into air. They get singularity, warp, throw, pull, shockwave, and only training in heavy pistol and submachine gun. Engineers can spawn combat drones to harass enemies or force them out of entrenched cover positions. With their combat drone, overload, incinerate, AI hacking, and cryoblast power trainings, they don't need the ammo stuff because they basically can do that shit anyway. And with weapon training in only heavy pistol and submachine gun. I feel like one or two of the I feel like the fact that assault machine gun is the fact that the assault rifle is solely on soldier is a little annoying, as the assault rifles are consistently good weapons to be able to have. There's only so much ammo you can have with only being able to have 2 guns. Oh, did I spoil the fact that there's ammo now? Yeah, they make a mistake. Anyway, we were Sentinel before, so we'll be a Sentinel again. That's how it works. And we do actually have an achievement for me trying to do something else on this game on Xbox, meaning I do get access to Flashbang Grenade. That's all. That's all I get. Flashbang Grenade doesn't matter. Flash charging it's one of the things. I probably will never use it. So.
My God, Miranda, I think he's waking up.
Damn it, Wilson. He's not ready yet. Give him the sedative. Shepard, don't try to move. Just lie still. Try to stay calm.
Heart rate's still climbing. Brain activity is off the charts. Stats pushing into the red zone. It's not working.
Another dose. Now.
Heart rate dropping. Stats falling back into normal range.
Well, things almost went completely and horribly wrong. Horribly wrong. But hey, that's what sedation's for, to keep people knocked out.
Wake up, Commander.
Ah, you can already see some of the scars on the face.
Now this facility is under attack.
Now one thing they Subway's just fucked up is they forgot the scar on the nose from the first game.
This facility is under attack. There's a pistol in the locker on the other side of the room. Hurry! Grab the pistol and armor from the locker. You don't have time to wait around, Shepard. Grab your weapon and armor.
This pistol doesn't have a thermal clip.
It's a med bay. We'll get you a clip from. Damn it! Those canisters by the door are going to blow. Get behind cover.
Due to us getting points from Renegade, our face actually does get that stuff. Miranda wants us to cover, and yeah, they made it so now instead of having infinite ammo, but you could overload the weapon, in order to prevent that, they decided, hey, let's just do what all other games do, and
They set up a barricade to try holding the mechs off. Look out! Keep moving. We need to get to the shuttles.
So shit's fucked. Something has gone horribly wrong here, and well, everyone's dying horribly.
Shepard, security mechs are closing in on your position.
The game really likes you to take cover. Now, Mass Effect 1, you could just stand up and start shooting, but this is what happens in Mass Effect 2. Oh, actually not too bad. It's a little dumb, in my opinion.
Nice work, Shepard.
That cover was more you could use more tactically, whereas now it's your standard third-person shooter affair. Hide behind cover, get out, hop out, peek your head out of cover whenever you need to fire, and hope that there's not 20 enemies shooting at you to do stuff. Oh yeah, these mechs, they just murder everyone. It's a shame, really. Oh well. Now we do actually have access to some of our things. We have the flashbang grenade, which we're not really going to be using, I don't think, because we start off with throw and tech armor already on us, which we should just press Y. Now all skills, instead of being you can use one and then the other in quick succession, it all recharges in the same time. Yay! And also our weapon menu doesn't show us guns because all we got is the Predator heavy pistol. Bit hard to have other weapons.
More reinforcements heading your way. Here come the mechs.
But we do get a new weapon type. Heavy weapons.
Use the grenade.
None of the class descriptions actually showcase this, but heavy weapons exist as a new type which means that you will always have another gun on you other than the ones that the game lets you have.
Hurry, get to the door, run. You're doing fine, Shepard. Head to the next room and I'll try to meet you. Shepard, read me. I've got Nick closing in on my position.
So Miranda's now getting all staticky, which means we won't be hearing from her for a bit. Ow! That really had to explode like that, didn't it? There's a wall safe here, we can open that. There are data logs about which can give you more insight as what they... which does show the progress over time that it took for this Lazarus Project thing. That mech was just waiting there off screen because it doesn't look like there's anywhere for it to have gone in or out of. Yeah, that probably is then. That probably is right. Going into this room and hey, this person's still alive. How fortunate.
Doing here? Thought you were still a work in progress.
Look, pal, I don't know where I am or how I got here. Plus, my head feels like an overripe melon ready to split open. How about you fill me in a little?
Damn. Yeah, I forgot this is all new to you. Sorry about that. I'm Jacob Taylor. I've been stationed here for...
Hostiles detected.
Damn it! Things must be worse than I thought if Miranda's got you running around. I'll fill you in, but we better get you to the shuttle first.
What's with the mechs?
Security. Usually they fight for us. Somebody must have hacked them. That should be impossible, unless you've got access. Gotta get you out of here, Shepard.
Ever since I woke up, someone's been telling me where to go and what to do. I need answers.
Fair enough. I'll give you the quick version. You and your ship were attacked and destroyed. You were killed. Dead as dead can be when they brought you here. Our scientists spent the last 2 years putting you back together. You've been comatose, or worse, that whole time.
So Jacob here, who hasn't really introduced himself fully yet because we are under fire, happily tells us it's been 2 years.
I'm having some trouble wrapping my head around this.
Yeah, I can imagine. The Alliance officially declared you killed in action. The whole galaxy thinks you're dead. If we don't get to those shuttles, they'll be right.
Maybe it's time we got moving.
No need to really be asking about a crew that probably would not even be
Low on
here.
thermal clips, but I'm a biotic. Just give the order when you want me to hit him with the good stuff.
Jacob here has biotic powers. This is useful because it means that we can actually pull them out of cover. That's why pull is a more...
Falling back. Ready to get the hell off this station?
Now this is when we can actually ask questions a bit more properly.
Sure. What do you want
Since,
to know?
you know, we're not busy being shot.
What's your job here? Depends on who you ask. Technically, I'm Miranda's top lieutenant. But I'm just a
good for
soldier.
you.
I served 5 years in the Alliance before this. Now I'm in charge of the station's security. Usually a lot more dull than this. Normally I don't fire my gun unless it's target practice.
When I first woke up, someone named Miranda was talking to me over the radio. We lost contact just before I ran into you.
Miranda Lawson is the station's ranking officer. She led the Lazarus team. It was her job to bring you back to life, no matter what. Should have guessed she'd try to save you. She's not about to give up on you now. You said you lost contact. Could you tell what was happening?
There was some gunfire and an explosion right before I lost her.
She knows how to take care of herself. But I hope she's okay.
Now you can ask about the
Did anyone else make it?
Just about everybody survived. A few servicemen from the lower decks didn't get out. Navigator Presley was killed by an explosion.
Which we
but
saw.
Everyone else, including the non-Alliance crew, the Asari, Liara, and the Quarian, they all made it out alive.
Do you know what any of them are doing now?
I don't know, Commander. It's been 2 years. They've moved on. Left the Alliance.
Well, to be fair, most of them weren't part of the Alliance. They were part of Shepard's crew.
Maybe you can track them down after we get off the station. If we get off the station.
What's the quickest way to those shuttles?
In comparison to... Because let's face it, the only members of the Alliance before the events in Mass Effect 1 was Shepard, Ashley, and Kaidan. So...
Wilson, this is Jacob. I'm here with Commander Shepard. Just took out a wave of mechs over in D-Wing.
Shepard's alive? How the hell? Never mind. You need to get him out of there. Get to the service tunnels and head for the network control room.
Roger that, Wilson. Stay on this frequency.
Let's get out of here.
You bet. We can get into the service tunnels through this door.
So anyways, we do actually have some points because of our singular level up that happened. And our Sentinel tree actually gives us the Defender badge. This will give us more Paragon Renegade, more health, and better recharge time on our skills. But I do want to get points in foes so we can get access to war. Our first party member is Jacob. He has Pull, Incinerator, and Cerberus Operative that you can access to begin with. And Barrier is not until he's loyal. More of an explanation on that later. So yeah, Biotic that has some nice incendiary ammo to be applied to his gun. That is useful. Anyways. Now with Jacob, we're able to carry on with the game. Yay! And trying to get to...
Sleep mode ends.
Well, we'll try and get to this. Right?
The whole station is crawling with mechs. I'm doing the best I can.
I got him. Wilson.
Oh God, they found me. Help!
Wilson, where are you?
Server room B. Hurry! They're out of...
So Wilson's probably getting murdered as we speak. Oh dears. Oh no, never mind. He's alive. But where are the mechs? One might question.
Bastards got me in the leg!
We need to get off this station.
I'm not going anywhere till someone fixes my leg.
Should be some Metagel in the first aid station on the wall. Hopefully there's enough to get him up and moving again.
Grab the Metagel from the first aid station on the wall.
Another change that they made to the system is Metagel is solely for the Unity skill reviving your fallen party members. You cannot heal your base health naturally. You have to, well, with Metagel, you have to allow for the game to do the whole regen health thing. We can't access anything else at this point, but Wilson here is in our party system and has got access to Overload.
Never thought you'd save my life. Guess that makes us even now. I thought maybe I could shut down the security mechs, but whoever did this fried the whole system. Completely irreversible.
We didn't ask what you were doing. Why do you even have security mech clearance? You were in the bio wing.
Weren't you listening? I came here to try and fix this. Besides, I was shot. How do you explain that?
I don't care who set up who. Those mechs are shooting at all of us. We'll sort it out later.
We need to find Miranda first. We can't just leave her behind.
Forget about Miranda. She was over in D-Wing. The mechs were all over that
Oh
sector.
no! Oh
There's
well,
no
I
way
guess
she
we'll never
survived.
see Miranda
Bunch
again.
of mechs won't drop Miranda. She's alive.
Go on, Jacob. Let's go gallivanting off to
Why haven't
the
we heard
shell.
from her? There are
And
only two
Wilson can come
possible
too, I guess.
explanations. She's either dead or she's a traitor.
Haven't known her long enough to trust her.
This project was Miranda's baby. She'd never sabotage it.
Okay, maybe she's not a traitor, but that doesn't change the facts. We're here, she's not. We need to save ourselves. The shuttle bay is only a few...
Oh no! More mechs! Overload the canisters using Wilson, and hey, here we go.
Okay.
And before we get to leave the
This is
room,
getting tense. Shepard, if I tell you who we work for, will you trust me?
This really isn't the time, Jacob.
We won't make it if he's expecting a shot in the back.
If you want to piss off the boss, it's your ass, Jacob.
The Lazarus Project, the program that rebuilt you. It's funded and controlled by Cerberus.
Should I recognize that name?
Maybe that's a side effect of your recovery. You and Cerberus certainly have a history. According to the Alliance, we're a radical pro-human splinter group. You wiped out several of our research bases.
we
Things
did.
change. The Alliance declared you dead. They gave up. Cerberus spent a fortune to bring you back. Look, I'd be suspicious too. But right now, we have to work together. I thought you deserved to know what's what. Once we're off the station, I'll take you to the elusive man. He'll explain everything. I promise.
You must have some reason for bringing me back. Tell me what's going on.
All gotta come from the boss, Shepard. As soon as we're safe.
Can't access our squad menu right now. Actually, at all, we just can't access it. I would have thought we would be able to access it after this point. I guess this is so they don't have to do certain things, but now. So it's good that we did our level up when we did.
Systems active. Force casualty. Rerouting power.
Oh no, didn't go at one point. That'll do it. Over in here there is a single laptop there and a data pad. The data pad contains credits, so that's what we looked for. And well, here we are. The shuttle is just beyond this door. And we still can't access the squad menu. There's a key reason for that. As we get to the door.
Come on, through here. We're almost at the... Miranda, but you were...
Dead?
What the hell are you doing?
My job. Wilson betrayed us all.
I had a feeling Wilson was just looking for a chance to shoot me in the back.
Good instincts. Some people are far too trusting to ever see that coming. Come on, let's grab this shuttle and get out of here. My boss wants to speak to you.
You mean the elusive man? I know you work for Cerberus.
Ah, Jacob. I should have known your conscience would get the better of you.
Lying to the commander isn't the way to get him to join our cause.
Well, since we're getting everything out in the open, is there anything else you want to ask before we go, Commander?
So Wilson, all we know is he had overload. That's it, really. He gets the Jenkins Award for dying horribly in the first mission, without really being usable. At least I learned there.
Convenient that you show up as relieved. Where were you during the attack?
Besides trying to save your life, Wilson figured out I was helping you and he sent an army of mechs to take me out. I got here as soon as I could. Probably a little too soon if you ask Wilson.
What about the rest of the people on the station?
This is the evac area. If they're not here now, they're not coming.
We can't leave without knowing for sure. We need to go back and look.
Don't you get it? The only one worth saving is you. Everyone else is expendable.
She's right. We all knew the risks when we signed up. Without you, there's no point to any of this.
Well,
I've had enough of this station to last a lifetime.
Or two, in your case. Come on.
now one could argue, hang on, how would Wilson even have access to the stuff? It's true, he was in the bio, he wouldn't have been able to hack the mechs. Miranda, on the other hand, would have been able to. It's always convenient that Shepard wakes up to a whole bunch of stuff. Pretty much anyone besides Jacob and Miranda are all dead, so they can't reveal
Before
any
you meet
trade
with the
secrets.
elusive man, we need to ask a
Bit
few
convenient
questions
that,
to
but,
evaluate
yeah, well.
your condition.
Come on.
We could just
More
assume
tests?
That
Shepard
either
took down
two
those
things
mechs without
happened.
any trouble.
Wilson betrayed,
That has to be good
or
enough.
It's been 2 years since the
someone
attack.
else
The elusive
did a
man needs to
thing,
know that
maybe
Shepard's personality and
Miranda,
memories are
to,
intact.
you know,
Ask the questions.
kick Shepard awake and all that.
This is a waste of time. I feel as good as
Anyway,
The sooner we start, the sooner.
anyway, Miranda wants to ask
Start with
Shepard
personal history.
questions.
Okay. Records show you grew up on Earth. Tough environment, no parents. You enlisted and you survived a Thresher Maw attack that wiped out the rest of your team. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember it. Everyone's screaming, gunfire, blood everywhere. I was the only one who stayed focused on survival.
I read the report. 50 Marines died on a cruise. You were the only one who lived. Satisfied, Miranda?
Almost. Let's try something more recent.
Okay, to be fair with the accused, we didn't actually do the side quest, but there is actually one of the person that does survive in the sole survivor backstory.
Gunnery Chief Ashley
But they can
Williams
still die
was killed
horribly,
in action.
so
It was your call.
yeah, it's just safe to assume that they died now. Now they talk about Ashley, and
Being in command means
well,
that sometimes
she
you give
deserved
orders
it
knowing that
personally, in
your
my
people are
opinion,
gonna
but
die.
hey, you know.
That can't affect your decisions. Ash gave her life for the rest of the team. Without her, I couldn't have stopped Saren. She died a hero.
I understand, Commander, and I wasn't judging your decision. Everybody at Cerberus knows that cloning facility had to be destroyed.
There are other tests we really should run.
Come on, Miranda. Enough with the quizzes. The memories are there, and I can vouch for Shepard's combat skills personally.
I suppose you're right. We'll have to hope the elusive man accepts our little field test as evidence enough.
Welcome to some random place.
The elusive man is waiting for you in the other room.
Now we do get access to the armor locker, so we can actually take a look at what we've got here, which is basically just the N7 gear plus a recon hood. Now, is there a reason to wear this? Well, yeah, weapon damage, plus 5%. Beaver helmet gives you health, as does the N7 helmet. Really, the only other thing you can really do is change the various material on the armor and what tints they are. So if you want Shepard to be wearing a more of a hot pink, then you can. His fallen comrade face puncher ferryman. Or was it ferryman face puncher? Whatever the case. I'm not doing that. That's done. But we can also implement a pattern. At the moment we only have this sort of fair, so but then the pattern colour can be changed. Now tint to be more red. There we go. There's also the different outfits here, which include standard Cerberus attire. Standard Cerberus attire more suited. More that you see scientists within Cerberus wear with the whole SR2 thing. A little bit of that SR2 thing there. A little bit of a spoilery bit there, but nevertheless, this, which is certainly a get-up. This N7 hoodie with your standard gear, the standard outfit underneath in terms of trousers, and then this one, which is a jacket with N7 on it and more of just jeans and a t-shirt. So my kind of outfit, to be honest. We'll do that for when we're doing the casual stuff. I haven't put a helmet on yet, but that's fine. We'll get access to more armor later.
Commander Shepard.
Elusive man. I thought we'd be meeting face to face.
A necessary precaution. Not unusual for people who know what you and I know.
Aye.
From what I hear, I cost you a fortune. Why'd you do it?
For the defense and preservation.
The elusive man.
I didn't spend
the
2 years
boss of
billions
Cerberus, the leader,
bringing
the
you
ruler.
back to serve as a common soldier. But humanity is up against the greatest threat of our brief existence.
The Reapers.
Good to see your memory's still intact. How are you feeling?
I noticed a few upgrades. I hope you didn't replace anything really important.
We tried to keep you as intact as possible. We need Shepard, just as you were when you defeated Sovereign.
What are the Reapers doing that made you decide to bring me back?
We're at war.
So for the record, Shepard is now filled to the brim with synthetic parts. He's turned into, basically underneath the skin is very much more like Saren, where there's machinery involved.
Just as Saren and Geth aided Sovereign. You've seen it yourself. You bested all of them. That's just one reason we chose you.
It's actually quite a noble objective here. We believe something's happening that may or may not be involving Reapers. Who else better than Shepard to deal with that sort of thing? We can investigate the various stuff.
If you're after
we can
the
also just say,
Reapers,
yeah,
just
okay.
point me in the right direction.
Miranda was worried you'd be resistant.
Woo! Proving Miranda wrong!
I have a shuttle ready to take you to Freedom's Progress, the latest colony to be abducted. Miranda and Jacob will brief you.
I'll get what you're looking for and be back before you know it.
Good to hear it. Find any clues you can. Who's abducting the colonies? Do they have any connection to the Reapers? I brought you back. It's up to you to do the rest.
So our first mission, head to Freedom's Progress. Try and see what's happened to a human colony. It's a shame that something has to have happened, but you know, what can you do? Actually, I'm better off waiting to get to Freedom's Progress to sort out the stuff here. So we do get our level of experience. As we can see here, the faculty gets destroyed by remote detonation, so the station doesn't even exist anymore. But then again, apparently the tech isn't needed anymore, as its sole goal was for Shepard. Anyways, because we imported a level 43 character into Mass Effect 2, we get 108,358 credits! Yay! 2,500 of Element 0, Iridium, Palladium, and Platinum. I will explain the stuff later. And some Paragon and Renegade points based off of what we got in the first game. Now we also have the heavy weapon, and we get some credits earned from the game. And we get some nice loading screens that may or may not show a certain
The elusive man put us under your command. Do you have any orders?
What did you find at the other colonies?
Nothing. No signs of attack, no corpses, not even a trace of unusual genetic material to give us a clue. They just disappeared. We've got no target to go after.
Are you sure you'll be comfortable following my orders?
We didn't bring you back from the dead just to second guess you, Commander. If the elusive
is Shepard even a commander at this point? If he's being enlisted in Cerberus and it is considered dead?
At other colonies, official investigators got there first. Sometimes looters or salvage teams as well. We're hoping to be the first ones there this time. Maybe find clues before somebody else disturbs the scene.
We're gonna find out who did this and take him down. Nothing gets in our way. Am I clear?
Perfectly, Commander.
Good to have you here, Shepard.
Yeah. So, new party member, Miranda. She's with us. She's a biotic. That does biotic-y things. She ain't no Wasabi though, that's for sure. Cerberus will now give you all of the other weapons that are based off of the weapon training you get. So for us that means we now have the M4 Shuriken machine pistol. Looking through the weapons you can actually read how effective they are in the use of various health bars that we can fight enemies with. For our pistol, it's good against armor but not so good against shield and biotic barriers. While the machine pistol is good against shield and biotic barriers but not so much against armor. And of course the grenade launcher is good against all forms of things, because, yeah. Welcome to Freedom's Progress. We're actually going to be making our way along that area there.
Looks like everyone just got up and left right in the middle of dinner.
Certainly a very quiet location.
Strange. No bodies, no structural damage, and no signs of battle.
Anything up upon opening the door, enemies that destroyed my shield immediately.
Security systems were
This is on normal, and I didn't get into cover immediately, and my shield's gone. That's the difference between this and Mass Effect 1.
Shoot them before they take out the shield.
That's me, Shepard! Gotta hurt! Those mechs shouldn't have been hostile. They should have recognized us as human.
Someone reprogrammed them to attack on sight. We're not alone here.
So someone's doing something with the mechs in the location. So that means 2 levels in a row where we're fighting mechs. Yay! I guess because Geth aren't the threats that they were anymore. Ah, well, this is our first of the circuit board thing here. So this is simply just a matching puzzle. You have to look around for the symbols. So like this and this. And then that goes for that one. That one is there, which means the last one is this bit. There are a few of these types of mini games to access stuff. That just happened to be the one that.
Attention right!
There weren't really much cover game. I'm just gonna point that out. So this is the reason why I don't think Vanguard is as good in Mass Effect 2, because if you try charging in, you're just gonna get horribly murdered. Anyway, there are some Koreans here, including Tali!
I'm not taking any chances with Cerberus operatives.
Put those weapons down! Shepard? Is that... you're alive?
Cerberus rebuilt me, Tali. In return, they asked me to investigate these attacks on human colonies.
You'll pardon us for not taking you at your word, Cerberus.
We're well within our rights to investigate attacks on a human colony. I'd like to know what the Quarians are doing here.
Weapons down, Praza. Whatever's going on here, I don't think we need another fight. One of our people was here on pilgrimage. His name was Vitor. We came to find him.
Everyone else is dead. What makes you think Vitor survived?
We saw him when we landed.
You saw him? Then why isn't he with you already?
Vitor was injured, and he was always, nervous.
Introverted. Go ahead.
Was unstable. Combine that with damage to his socio-trus
Social
an
anxiety.
infection from an open-air exposure, and he's likely delirious.
When he saw us landing, he hid in a warehouse on the far side of town. We suspect he also programmed the mechs to attack anything that moved.
Vitor's the only one who can tell us what happened here. We should work together to find him.
Good idea. You'll need 2 teams to get past the drones anyway.
Now we're working with Cerberus?
No, Praza, you're working for me. If you can't follow orders, go wait on the ship. Head for the warehouse through the center of the colony. We'll circle around the far side and draw off some of the drones to clear you a path.
Yeah.
Make sure to keep in radio contact.
Will do. Good luck, Shepard. See you on the far side.
It's a good thing Tali was here, otherwise there would have been a shootout with some Quarians. Can't be having that. Quarians as enemies? Nah. Oh, we gained some power on points because of it? Nah. Little sticks. Some drones flew overhead, so we'll be having to deal with them. And these. And that. Get out the way, Miranda. Ah.
Use overload on him.
Jacob is correct. Overload is the right option to use, as well as us. No, did I just hit them? No, this is the correct thing to use. Just give it a moment for. Actually, I'm going to use plastic now because it might be a little bit. Oh, right there, walk on me.
Shepard, Praza and his squad rushed on ahead. I told them to wait, but they wouldn't listen. They want to find
course they would.
Take him away before you get here.
We should have expected this.
Come on, we can still catch them.
Now, yes, you can press R to get an idea as to where on the route you're meant to be going, but considering most areas are a lot more corridory, Mass Effect 1 was very corridory as well, so it's not a change before I start mode. Gee, some of these things make it sound like I don't like Mass Effect 2. No, I do like Mass Effect 2. I think Mass Effect 2 is a good game. Just some of the changes definitely felt more, let's make things more generic. Because it worked for other games.
There we go. Shepard, we are inside the loading docks. Pete, Tor, reprogram the heavy mech. It's tearing Plaza's squad apart.
They did want to get to Vitor first.
Get your squad into cover and I'll open the loading bay doors.
We'll take
Using the
doors.
D-pad,
Shepard,
you
take
can
point.
maneuver your squad members to cover. This means that you can tactically do things, whereas Plaza's team forgets that this is Mass Effect 2, you need cover, you idiots. And so they get absolutely mad.
That mech's got heavy armor plating. Those Quarians never stood a chance.
Whoa.
Son of a bitch to take down.
Error, Bioware. Assault rifle can only be in the cutscenes if we're actually a soldier, for fuck's sake. So yeah, we're gonna need to take out its shielding stuff. And there we go, we dealt with that stuff.
This is your chance to go find Vitor while I tend to the wounded, Shepard. He's probably
So there
somewhere in
are a
the back
few
of the
still
loading
alive in this building here. This is good news in a way because it means that it wasn't a complete massacre, just mostly a massacre. This unit gives us heavy armor ammo research data. And we found some really good research stuff. What does that mean? Well, once we've got access to a different squad member, we will have access to a laboratory that will allow us to do research projects. This is necessary for us to improve not only our guns, our armor, but also improve our way of surviving the suicide mission. Yes. One of the main cruxes of this game is that there's one main mission that we are aware of from quite early on. Just, you know, the idea of survival, not really there.
No swarms. No.
The Illusion will answer more later, but
No, Vitor.
here's Vitor.
Not here. Swarms can't find. Monsters coming. Have to hide.
Hey, I'm talking to you.
And he's not responding. At least
Great.
not in the way.
We come all this way and our only witness is a
want that
babbling
to.
idiot.
Swarms coming. Storm coming. Storm of swarms. Mech.
That is a new thing that they introduced into the cutscenes. Occasionally you can have a renegade or a paragon action occur during a cutscene.
Yeah.
This
Not
is a
one
way to get more points, and it's a way to change how the scene goes, to an
They
extent.
didn't find you?
Who didn't find us?
The monsters. The swarms. They took everyone.
Why didn't the colonists fight back, Vitor? What happened?
You don't know. You didn't see. But I see everything.
Looks like security footage. He must have pieced it together manually.
What the hell is that?
And so we get our first proper sighting of collectors.
I think it's a collector.
I thought the collectors kept to themselves.
They usually work through intermediaries, like slavers or hired mercenaries. If they're involved with the Reapers somehow, it could explain what happened to the colonies.
The Collectors have advanced technology. They could have a weapon that disables an entire settlement at once.
The Seeker swarms. No one can hide. The Seekers find you, freeze you, then the monsters take you away.
Tell me more about these swarms.
It's how they find you. Seeker clouds, machines like tiny insects. They go everywhere. They find you, then they sting you, freeze you.
Sounds like miniature probes, maybe. Find victims, then immobilize them with a stasis field or nerve toxin.
Which is how then the Collector's able to just swoop in, make their kidnapping of various humans without actually needing to, have to worry about them trying to fight back.
What happened
It's
next?
genius strategy, really.
The monsters took the people onto the ship, and then they left. The ship flew away. But they'll be back for me. No one escapes.
I think that's probably all we're getting out of him, Commander.
We finally find a witness, and he's so off his nut he can't even tell us what he saw.
I studied them. The monsters. The swarms. I recorded them with my Omni tool. Lots of readings. Electromagnetic. Dark energy.
We need to get this data to the elusive man. Grab the Quarian and call the shuttle to come pick us up.
What? Vitor is injured. He needs treatment, not an interrogation.
We won't hurt him. We just need to see if he knows anything else. He'll be returned unharmed.
Your people tried to betray us once already. If we give him to you, we'll never get the intel we need.
Praza was an idiot, and he and his men paid for it. You're welcome to take Vitor's Omnitool data, but please, just let me take him.
Now you can ask Tali to join us. That ain't happening. For obvious reasons. Now, we can have Vitor come with us, or Vitor go with Tali. I'm going to go with giving Vitor to Tali. Tali is a friend. She was a vital part of our crew in Mass Effect 1. Let's face that fact.
I'm glad you're still the
We'll
one.
be kind, because
Good luck out there.
it's our...
If I find anything that
Tali's
can help,
not
I'll let you know.
an enemy.
We're ready for
It's
pickup.
not worth it. Maybe that makes me sound more Paragon than Renegade, but like, the Omnitool data will be good enough. Other than trying to devise things from a blabbering madman. We cut to a transmission to the elusive man.
The Quarians forwarded their findings from Vidor's debriefing. No new data, but it's a surprising olive branch given our history. You and I have different methods, but I can't argue with your results.
The data from his Omni tool should be quite useful.
We're still analyzing it. But more importantly, you confirm the Collectors are behind the abductions.
Tell me what you know about these Collectors.
They periodically travel to the Terminus systems, looking to gather seemingly unimportant items or specimens, usually in exchange for their technology. When their transactions are complete, they disappear as quickly as they arrived, back beyond the unmapped Omega-4 relay. Until now, we've had no evidence of direct aggression by the Collectors.
Why is the Omega-4 relay unmapped? What do we know about it?
Only that no ship passing through it has ever returned. Our best guess is that the relay reacts differently to Collector vessels, allowing them safe passage. If they can manipulate relays, that's just further evidence of the connection with the Reapers.
Which means that the Collector base is within the Omega-4 relay, wherever it goes. So that's why it's a suicide mission that we'll be getting sent on.
The Collectors are definitely
Because
a
if we are
human
to stop the
enemy.
Collectors fully,
How do we
then
know there's a
we need to
connection
deal
to
with
the
the
Reapers?
Collector base.
Their focus shifted to humanity only after you and the human fleet destroyed Sovereign. The abductions are related, even if the Alliance and the Council refuse to believe it. I won't wait until the Reapers are on the march. We need to take the fight to them.
I hate waiting, but I'll need a team. A good one.
I've already compiled a list of soldiers, scientists, and mercenaries. You'll get dossiers on the best of them. Finding them and convincing
The elusive
them
man
to
is
work with
prepared
them
for
could
us
be
to
challenging,
actually
but
do
you're a natural
our
leader.
job.
I'll continue to track the Collectors. When they make their next appearance, I'll notify you and your team. Be ready.
Okay, after you've done an amount of...
Keep your list. I want
of
people I
main
trust.
missions.
The ones
It's
who
like
help me stop Saren and the
won't
gang.
progress it at
That was
points.
2 years ago, Commander. Most of them have moved on, or their allegiances have changed.
The elusive man can now tell us what has occurred with all of our party members, besides
What
Tali,
about
because
Tally? She
obviously,
already helped us on Freedom's Progress.
we
That was
just
unexpected.
saw her.
I
So
need more intel before I'll commit to that.
TLDR, spoiler alert: Tali will be on the squad member listings later on in the game, because hey, you know what? Yeah, she's a useful asset. Former squad member of Shepard before, knows what she's doing. Fair enough.
Where's Liara Tassoni?
She's on Ilium. My sources say that she's working for the Shadow Broker.
Well,
If so,
shit.
She can't be trusted.
The others with the show broken out. Yeah, well, she ain't gonna be working with us then.
Where's Garrus Vicarian?
The Turian disappeared a few months after you were declared dead. Even we haven't been able to locate him.
We'll talk more about Garrus later.
Where's Caden
'cause-
Alenko?
He's still with
yeah.
the Alliance. Promoted, I believe. His file is surprisingly
AKA, whatever he's doing, Cerberus do not have anyone that can leak it to them. So, when it comes to Caden, the elusive man is as useful as, well, let's say, he's the Dave Meltzer of the Mass Effect universe, when it comes to Caden specifically. And if you don't know who that man is that I mentioned is, good. Fucking wrestling is... all indie wrestling is going to die horribly because of people like that. Anyway,
Where's
and of course Wax.
He returned to Chichanka, and he hasn't gone off-world in over a year.
Well, best of luck
He's
to him for trying to unite the Krogan together.
Okay,
There's
I
only
get
so
it. They're not
there's only so much you can do
You're a
with
leader,
a
Shepard.
race full
You'll
of
get who you
fighters.
I'm still a Spectre. Maybe I can get the council to
Yes,
help us out.
still a Spectre. You've
You think
been
you could
dead.
convince them by all
But it does
means.
mean that it is a good
Just
idea. Maybe
remember,
we'll head to the Citadel
you've
and
been
try
gone a
and
long time.
wrangle them
Things have changed.
to be like,
You worry
give me,
about the
hey, give me my old
collectors.
position
I'll
back.
make sure my team's ready.
Good. 2 things before you go. First, head to Omega and find Morden Solus.
The
He's a
elusive man
brilliant
first
Solarian
directs us to go and get
Our
more
intelligence
Morden
suggests
Solus.
he may know how to counteract the Collector's paralyzing seeker swarm.
He's our scientist. He'll be needed anyway if we want to actually do any of the research projects.
Sounds good. What else?
I found a pilot I think you might like. I hear he's one of the best. Someone you can trust.
By God, it's Seth Green's head in a jar! Oh, sorry, I mean it's Joker.
Hey, Commander. Just like old times, huh?
I can't believe it's you, Joker.
Look who's talking. I saw you get spaced.
Got lucky, with a lot of strings attached. How'd you get here?
Mechanical strings.
It all fell apart without you, Commander. Everything you stirred up, the Council just wanted it gone. The team was broken up, record sealed, and I was grounded. The Alliance took away the one thing that mattered to me. Hell yeah, I joined Cerberus.
You really trust the elusive man?
Well, I don't trust anyone who makes more than I do. But they aren't all bad. Saved your life, let me fly, and there's this. They only told me last night.
And we get the reveal, please don't know anything that teased it already of its existence. The SR2. Hasn't got a name yet, but it's clearly the Normandy. Just now filled with Cerberus tech instead of Alliance tech. Because Cerberus made it. Also, I do like the black, white and orange colour scheme more than the blue
I guess we'll have to give her a
on
name.
blue that the Alliance likes to go for. The SR2 Normandy. It's good to be back. Oh, so yes, the game will now start to open up. So, you know, not too bad in terms of what we'd have to do to open up the game. Of course, we'll start in the system where Omega is, because that is our first real clear objective as to what we should theoretically do first. But we don't have to. We can go and do some other shit first if we really want to. And so really, this is the end of the whole prologue shenanigans. So, yeah. As weapons fire, they build up heat and up. Times are too good. Hard. So of course it looks like they've tried to keep the Normandy to look as much like the original as possible, with necessary changes that make it more suited for the goal of being thrown into the fray against, potentially against the collectors. Some changes overall in terms of the structure of the ship as well. This is to utilize the ability of different multiple areas instead of just one big area with one singular secret loading screen.
Technology to immobilize their victims. We'll need him to develop a countermeasure to protect us.
You still don't get it, do you? You're not in charge of this mission. I am.
Operative Lawson makes a valid point, Shepard. Without the Professor, any encounter with the Collectors would result in failure.
Who are you?
I am the Normandy's artificial
Oh
intelligence.
boy! AI!
Like to refer
This
to me
can
as
go
Eve.
horribly wrong.
Having an AI in charge of the Normandy system should give us an advantage.
Actually, I am not in control of the ship, Commander. Due to the potential dangers of a rogue AI, Cerberus has severely restricted my capabilities.
AKA,
During combat,
Cerberus
I
are
operate the
relatively
electronic
smarter
warfare and
than
cyber warfare suites.
the Alliance. The
Beyond
Alliance
that,
couldn't even
I cannot
fucking utilize a
interface with the
VI
ship's
properly
systems.
on the moon.
I
Like,
observe and offer analysis and advice. Nothing more.
Now that we've established who's in charge, let's move on to these dossiers.
Final preparations for takeoff are complete, Commander. When you're ready to go, just pick a destination from the galaxy map and the CIC and I'll plot a course.
Jacob and I should return to our posts. Come find us if you have any
okay,
questions.
if we want to talk to them, they'll be in places on the ship. The galaxy map. We use that to go all over the galaxy, or at least the parts of the galaxy the game lets us. The private terminal, which will allow us to do various stuff here, or just the armory if we want to change the weapons, and the elevator is how we get to the other places, including the captain's quarters, tech lab once we've gotten Morden. So yes, first things first we shall do is go to the private terminal and look at our team status. There's a little bit of a spoiler here on the status of your team screen here of some potential looks of the squad members. Yeah, one that looks very Garrus-like. I wonder when we'll be getting him. So, starting from left to right, there is the veteran Zahid Masani, who is originally one of the DLC squad members. So if you just bought a copy back in 2010 and you don't have the DLC, then you won't see Zahid on here at all. Same will go for the other one, but we'll get to that. So he's a mercenary, he's off in Omega, so we'll get him there. Then of course Morden, the Professor, a biological weapons expert, and has worked with the Solarian Special Tasks Group in the past. We need him in order to deal with the potential of having to deal with the Seeker Swarms of the Collectors. If we don't, then very much we would get captured and probably murdered by Collectors again. So we need to deal with that. Archangel, a mercenary commander who has been doing some stuff in Omega, and we'll have to try and find him. But since he's been doing high profile attacks on the gang leaders in Omega, aka shooting them in the head with a good amount of power of a gun, yeah, we're gonna have to probably deal with some of those gangs probably wanting to get revenge. In between Miranda and Jacob is Dr. Okeer, the Warlord. He's a Krogan warlord and a veteran of the Krogan rebellions. So he has an understanding of technology to do with collectors, and he's trying to cure the genophage, so we'll have to deal with that possibly to an extent. The Convict, aka Jack. No last name, no. A powerful human biotic that is currently held on a prison ship known as Purgatory. Cerberus is supposedly negotiated for the subject's release, but there's probably going to be some level of gunfights regardless. And the other DLC squad member, Kasumi, the Master Thief. She is last seen on the Citadel. So if we want to get her, we'll have to go to the Citadel. And of course we have our hands on Miranda, who if you have actually got the squad member, all you'll see is their loyalty, which will be normal until you do a loyalty mission, which will happen at a point in the game where it matters, which will unlock their third ability. what weapons they use. So Jacob here, he uses heavy pistols and shotguns, while Miranda only uses the submachine guns and heavy pistols. Very simple. Oh, so there are DLC appearances for a few of the characters, so that the game still just gives you as part of the Legendary Edition, so Miranda can look different if you want her to. We can review our upgrades, but there are none yet, and we also have our unread messages. Councillor Anderson, on the off chance the rumors are true and you actually are alive, I need you to come and talk to me on the Citadel. A lot has changed in the last 2 years. You put me on the council, it's only fair that you be allowed to speak for yourself about what we've been hearing. AKA, word has come along and, well, we need to explain ourselves a little bit. Of course, the deal has been struck with Saeed. We'll be going to Omega to get him, of course. There's a survey ship, the MSV Rosaline, that has they've lost contact with it, so we need to go to Siona in the Elstra Isma frontier. The Normandy crash site has been found. Thankfully, Admiral Hackett is willing to give us this information because news of us existing means that, hey, you know, be nice for Shepard to take a look at the crash site. With the recon hood, which we saw in the thing there, Overlord, a Cerberus cell just went off the grid and they were experimenting something, so we'll have to go and check that out in the Phoenix massing cluster. There's an arc projector sent to the Normandy's armory, so we can take a look at that for ourselves. Of course, the Kasumi stuff there, and of course the Ascension Financial Service Earth puts us from deceased to alive. Deducting admission fees, we do get a bunch of credits. Yay!
Welcome aboard, Commander.
We have this person here, Yeoman Chambers,
I've been assigned
aka
as
Kelly
administrative assistant.
Chambers, because
I'll
Yeoman
manage
is
your
her job.
messages and help you monitor the crew. And I must say, it's such an honor to work under you, Commander Shepard.
I handle my own business.
I understand. I won't bother you unless it's important. Anything else, Commander?
Is there anything I should know?
Joker would like to speak to you on the bridge. Anything else, Commander?
Talking to Chambers is a way of being able to know when someone on the ship may want to be talking to you. It's very simple. Well. So Joker would like a word with us.
Can you believe this, Commander? It's my baby. Better than new. It fits me like a glove. And leather seats. Military may set the hardware standard, but on a first-gen frigate, they could care less if the seats breathe. Civilian sector comfort by design.
Reproduction is not intended to be perfect, Mr. Moreau. Seamless improvements were made.
And there's the downside. I liked the Normandy when she was beautiful and quiet. Now she's got this thing I don't want to talk about.
Well, Joker has to suck it up. We're forced to have
I don't trust them. We still need to
have
move ahead.
ED, so
It's all too convenient.
Maybe you're right. I guess it's hard to argue when they install an AI to spy on us. We're staying though, right? I mean, the seat is real leather.
it's nice to see that he has his priorities in check.
Leather.
Leather seats, truly the only thing that matters. You know, except for all of the other things that should matter when it comes to a ship. So we don't have access to the tag lab over there, but we do have access to the armory, of course, which is where Jacob will be. He'll be in there. And of course, within the Normandy, we do have our elevator that allows us to go to our personal cabin, which is on deck 1. The CIC is the floor we are currently on. The crew's quarters, which is where a lot of other rooms are. And of course, engineering, which is where the cargo hold and the garage are for the purposes of all that. Now, we don't actually have to do much else inside the Normandy, though I will throw a save, because we have yet to save it. Now, we get put on the Soraboic system, which solar system, which is actually where the Omega 4 relay happens to actually be. The Omega 4 relay gets a nice red design, and trying to enter immediately just boots us out of there because we can't just go in there. We would die horribly. Full depots. Yes. You see, in order to leave a system and go into another one, instead of there being a map, we have to actively go out of the system bit and travel. So, for example, with the Omega Nebula, to get to Armada, we have to now move like that. So, that's a little thing to be noted. And, of course, there's also... I'm just going to check. No, there's no asteroid stuff there, I don't think. And, of course, there is also one thing that they've changed with how the planets work. This is UDAC, or URDAC, whatever you want to call it. If you start the scanner, what this is a mine. It is a... We can mine resources that are on planets using probes. Some planets will even contain secret side missions.
Palladium is used to upgrade heavy pistols, armor, and cybernetics.
When it comes to the whole stuff. And yes, if you want to get tons of resources, this is what you'll have to do. You have to find planets that give you a nice, good chunk of the various resources, and this is what will allow you to make the upgrades. So the scanner results, if it says moderate, means there's definitely some. If it says poor, there's like next to none. Good luck on getting anything out of it. If it says which, then it means there's a lot, and I think there was another two after that which is even more than which. So yeah, and examining all the various planets around here allows you to get to 100%. So there's a lot to do. This game has a lot that you can do. As you can see, we are unlocking the ability to afford specific research projects that the game gives us. Oh no, good is the third tier, rich is the... there's tons. It varies from planet to planet. Obviously, a smaller planet we can scope around a lot more, a lot quicker, but there might be a lot less places for us to place. Some planets you can't place at all because it's like a planet that, for main story purposes, is fully sorted out. So, and to buy more probes, you have to go here. So, anyway, our objective should obviously be going to Omega. That's just how it is. It makes the most sense to go to Omega first, since we're already there. Establishing shot of Omega aside, we only have 2 squad members for now, so we'll have to go there. Now, since we have points, I'm going to do that so I can have overload and warp on my own accord. Miranda's practically... you know what? Miranda's not useless. I just have obviously no need for her as much. I want Jacob to have a good lot of incendiary ammo just to be as good as it can be.
Welcome to Omega. You're new here, aren't you? I can always tell. Allow me to... Oh, hello, Mocklin. I was just...
Leave Fargut now.
Of course.
Fargut. That name is so close to, you know,
welcome to Omega.
Something that maybe derogatory to
we had you tagged the moment
some
you
people.
entered the Terminus systems.
We aren't going to talk about, obviously. But it's Mocklin. That's a name that's not close to anything, so...
I suggest you go to Afterlife now and present yourself.
Although, our welcome to Omega is to go and talk to a specific person, so...
Then you'd better get ready. No one keeps Arya waiting. Afterlife now.
Because we're not in a combat area, pressing R shows us Omega. Obviously Arya's up there, and there's a whole bunch of places. There's even some various stores.
I have also accessed messages between mercenary groups regarding plans to deal with...
Let's ignore what Edie's saying, because it's just updating us on the status of Archangel and the Professor.
Please. You have to help me.
No one said you could talk, jackass.
You Zaid Masani?
Yeah, that's me. You must be Commander Shepard. I hear we have a galaxy to save.
Go ahead and get set up on the Normandy.
Right. I'll go make myself at home.
And ta-da, we've recruited a squad member already,
I assume the
Saeed.
elusive man told you about
As we
our
already went for the dossiers, but oh right.
I'm assuming there's some part of your contract that I'm expected to handle. That about right?
Yeah. Funny he didn't tell you. Picked up a mission a little while back, just before I signed on with Cerberus. Thought you might be interested. You heard the name Vito Santiago? He's the head of the Blue Suns. Runs the whole organization. Seems he recently captured an Elfell Ashland refinery on Zoya and is using their workers for slave labor. The company wants it dealt with.
I'll make sure we get that done.
So Saeed, because of his DLC status, and this will be the same with Kasumi, their loyalty mission is opened up immediately. Yeah, so as I was saying, I haven't actually got many of the achievements in the Xbox version, because when the Legendary Collection came out, I played it on PlayStation. Because it was during the pandemic, and I had nothing bad to do with my life. So, I really should have tried to get back into doing this sort of thing a lot sooner. It is what I'm saying. So we could head up over to the Afterlife place, or we could just head over here and start looking at some of the things we could buy. Actually, no, we should go to Afterlife first. It makes more sense to do so.
Go on in. What are you looking at?
Renegade options in conversations or Paragon require a set amount of points in
Maybe I
either.
am. Maybe you better get out of here before I find you some.
All right.
Doing so means that some conversations can go differently than they would if you go for a more normal option. We haven't even gone into the main part of Afterlife there, and we're already terrorizing the locals. Yay!
That's close enough.
We're outgunned, but then again, Shepard is worth about 50 guns, so...
Stand still.
Try it and you'll be skating the inside of your colon.
I'd almost pay to see that, but it's not an option. You want to talk, you get scanned.
All you had to do was ask.
I don't ask.
I was told you're the person to talk to if I have questions.
They're clean.
I have no idea what that means by they're clean, unless that's a bomb check and none of them hold a bomb.
I am Omega.
Sure you are. Anyways.
But you need more. Everyone needs more something, and they all come to me. I'm the boss, CEO, queen, if you're feeling dramatic. It doesn't matter. Omega has no...
You can tell we're in the
power
Terminus
and only
systems.
one rule. Don't fuck with Arya.
Sounds like neither of us likes being jerked around.
And on your ship, that would matter. Here, we entertain my preferences.
Yes.
So, what can I do for
So,
you?
I'm trying to track down
Arya will give us the information necessary to talk
You want him
about
to-
Archangel
What's
and
everyone
Morden.
after?
He thinks he's fighting on the side of good. There is no good side to Omega. Everything he does pisses someone off. It's catching up to him.
I'm putting a team together. He's on my list.
Interesting. You're gonna make some enemies teaming up with Archangel. That's assuming you can get to him. He's in a bit of trouble right now.
So it would appear that Archangel is
The local
currently
recruits are putting anyone with a gun to help them take down Archangel.
in
Sounds
a
like
bit
that
of a
might be our
pickle.
ticket in.
They're using a private room for recruiting. Just over there. I'm sure they'll sign you up.
I appreciate the help.
See if you still feel that way when the mercs realize you're here to help him.
And then we can also talk about Morden immediately, so we don't have to go back here again when doing this the second time.
Last I heard, he was trying to help plague victims in the quarantine zone. I always liked Morden. He's as likely to heal you as he is to shoot you.
How do I get to him?
If you really need to find him, take a shuttle to the quarantine zone. No guarantee they'll let you in, of course.
So Morden's
Thanks
trying
for
to
the
cure
information.
people while
Yes.
Archangel is
Just
busy
try not
having
to
to
bring
shoot
the
all the
plague
mercs.
back with you.
Now, before doing any of the recruitment and stuff, it is worth to check out the stores here, seeing as there are some, and they may have stuff that might be useful for us to buy. Like research stuff. Better armor. Well, at least better armor in terms of aesthetics. Due to the fact that there's no real different armor types that really do change things up in the same way as they did in Mass Effect 1. Things have certainly changed. A lot of things have been condensed down to be more fitted for the changes in the overall stylization between the two. So, yeah. Anyway, you can just browse immediately, or you can just talk to these guys, and with the right and...
What kinds of things do you sell here?
Well, I was thinking that it was here, but maybe Harvard's different.
All kinds, mostly legitimate. With pride, my prices are the lowest anywhere on the station. You won't find salvage cheaper than mine.
I have things to do.
Courteously, have a fine day.
So, this emporium, we can't change things, so we can find a Pfizer, Morph Ship 13, Geth Ship, Capacitor, chest plate, a hack module, Terminus. Armor is here, you can buy straight up for... Okay, and of course, there's this heavy weapon we can buy. We'll buy the Pfizer. Buying all the stuff besides the Geth ship means that we've gotten a bit better stuff.
I might have something here for you.
Ah, now here's someone that we can renegade.
You might snare a few tourists with these prices, but I'm not giving you a single credit.
Sure, you can find things cheaper if you're willing to risk black market.
Well, you and I could do business if you just charge what this crap is worth.
Fine. I'll give you the human discount. And that's all you get.
Woo! Our uppity human discount means we spend a little bit less than the simulator conduct. Sniper rifle damage. That was actually very expensive. I should have looked at that more. The blood dragon armor. And a capacitor helmet. I've spent most of our credits. Woo! And there's still another store over this way.
Hello there. Might I interest you in some salvage tech? Every credit goes toward a ticket to get me off this forsaken rock.
No one in their right mind would pay these prices for salvage parts.
I know. It's crippling my sales.
Drop your prices and I'll consider buying. Otherwise, I'll keep walking.
You're right. I'll give you whatever you like for the original price. And if this gets back to Harrod, I'll deal with it then.
So Howard's the one
Please
dealing
check
with
my
all of
kiosk
this
to see
shit
what I have for sale. Thank you.
by the looks of things, in terms of just making things a lot more expensive than they need to be. Yeah. Oh, I did not mean to talk to you.
I have to go.
Please check with my kiosks.
My apologies, I was trying to do the whole browsing thing, so we actually don't have the money for these things. There's the Matuk, it's a rifle, and a Geth plasma shotgun. We got the Matuk because yeah. So all that stuff will get delivered to us, and yeah, it's just how it is. So we can go get Morden, or we could go do Archangel. Let's try a save. I've been at this for 1.5 hours. It's currently near 12:15. Ideally, I should be having lunch. What's that symbol in my phone? That's not... Oh, that's a different app entirely. Okay, right. I thought my text message or something. Okay. You know what? I should probably have lunch, so this will be the end of part 1. I was thinking how far I'd get for part 1. For those on YouTube, do all the things you can. Liking, subscribing, commenting, maybe sharing it to your friends. Who knows? Maybe I need to speak a bit louder on that. Do the things on the social medias. For Twitch, if you like seeing this stuff, then the only thing you can do is follow. Fair enough, really, on this. This is a hobby for me at the moment, because, let's face it, I can't make money off of this, and even if I was trying to make money off of it, it probably wouldn't be much. At least that would be the justification I have when people ask me about what I do in my life. So, anyways, I hope you enjoy, and next time we'll go and get Morden, and most likely also get Archangel. Then we'll go and gather up all the other squad members. Yeah! And maybe do Saeed and Kasumi's loyalty missions. That might not be all that occurs in a singular part, that's just what we'll be doing in the next part or two. So just keep that in mind. Anyways, until the next time I stream, I'll see you all. Bye bye.